everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is just really recapping all the drama that we know so far for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We know that tonight is their premiere and we will be reviewing it tomorrow. But I thought it would be fun just to sort of go through all of the drama that we know so far. So be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a Kiki is always better with community. Check out the description box below and shop the Love collection. We've got some great goodies there. So with that, let's dive right on in. Okay, you guys, so I thought it'd be fun just to kind of go through some of the different drama, changing alliances, rumors, spoilers, leaks, blah, blah, blah. Let's get into it. Okay, so first up, one of the biggest, mic drops is that Whitney Rose and Heather Gay have had a huge falling out. So allegedly their friendship is over. They call themselves cousins. It was like second, third, fourth, fifth cousin removed. We'll just say cousins for the sake of it. So they call themselves cousins, and we all know that they were thick as thieves. They were a tornado storm or whatever the heck they were called. But basically our biggest issue with them is that they would get together. They would conjure up ideas and make up things like, oh, you did this because of that. You're doing that because of this. But at the end of the day, it was all lies. It was literally, they just got together, made up a story, and then they would go and repeat it as if it were the truth and then cause some shit. Then there would be drama. Then people would be fighting. Then friendships are falling out based on this fake narrative that Whitney Rose and Heather Gay just sort of made up. The whole thing with Meredith and her father, his memorial service, they made a whole situation out of that actually didn't exist. They just sort of made it up, the whole misunderstandings, and they would take things out of context and twist them. And that's why we were really tired of frickin' frack. We were tired of Whitney and Heather Gay. But to be honest, whether they're separate or together, I don't check for either of them like that, to be honest. They just really don't do it for me. I'm just not with it when it comes to them. But allegedly they had a huge falling out because Whitney Rose comes forward and says that she had some type of childhood trauma. Maybe it was some type of childhood abuse or something like that. She'll get into it, and I want to be sensitive around it. And Heather Gay allegedly says she doesn't believe her. She's defending, the Mormon family members. She's defending, whoever Whitney Rose is saying abused her. And so that is really a big rift between the two. Now, a couple of things with this. Number one, I need to know a timeline. Does Heather Gay say that she doesn't believe Whitney before or after Whitney becomes friends with Lisa Barlow? Because that matters. One thing that trauma bonded Whitney Rose with Heather Gay was their love-hate for Lisa Barlow. They loved to hate her, but they also really, really were so desperate for her attention, her approval, her friendship, all of that. It was very, very high school. It's like you hate the popular girl, but you would do anything to sit at her table during lunch, right? It was very much those vibes. So I want to know, does Heather Gay not believe Whitney before or after she befriends Lisa? Is her saying, I don't believe you, in some way retaliation because Whitney is just like, oh, wait a minute, I could sit at Lisa's table? Bye, Heather. I'm not going to sit in the back bleachers with you anymore. I'm not going to be a hater from the sidelines anymore. I'm going to go sit at the popular girls table. Is this Heather's way of trying to get back at Whitney for sort of leaving her in the dust? You know what I mean? So I kind of want to know what that timeline is. I think that will be important. I also want to know, I need to hear the story from Whitney. And then I need to know why Heather Gay says she doesn't believe her. Now, you guys know me. I believe women, children, men. Anytime someone says that they're a victim, that they've been abused, that they've gone through trauma, my default is to believe them until otherwise. I'm not saying I don't believe in the blanket, believe all women, believe all men, believe all children. What I mean by that is I do kind of, I didn't know, I contradicted myself a little bit because to be honest, I do believe, like you come and you say something happened, I believe you until proven otherwise, right? We can question, we can ask, you know what I mean? In that situation, sorry, you guys, there is some outside noise. We'll wait for that. Okay. So yeah, you know, I kind of do believe all women and I believe all men and I believe all children when they come and say that something happened to them. However, I still also use my critical thinking hat in my mind and we can ask questions. For example, what happened with Adam Levine and that girl Sumner that came out? She was like, you know, he had his manipulation tactics because he was DMing me from his verified Instagram account. And I was like, girl, bye. You know what I mean? Like, you're not a victim in the situation. Like, girl, stop it. So that's what I mean by believe, but use your discernment. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is I need to hear Whitney Rose's, you know, story around her childhood abuse. And then I need to hear why Heather Gay says she doesn't believe her before I can make a decision. On the surface, of course, it just sounds horrible. How dare you not believe her if she's saying this happened? But we need to hear it first. We need both sides of the story and we need to get to the bottom of it before I can say Whitney's right and Heather's wrong or Heather's wrong and Whitney's right. But you guys know me. I always believe. Okay. So there's that situation. They're also saying that that bleeds into the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, that they continue the beef there. And then it's just even escalated even more where now it seems like they can't come back together. But I bet you season 4, they'll be back being thick as thieves. Just wait and see. Okay, now Meredith Marks versus Lisa Barlow. Again, another demise of a long-term friendship. So Lisa Barlow and Meredith Marks used to be BFFs until Lisa found out that Meredith was cheating, I'm putting that in air quotes, that, well, let me put it this way. Until Lisa found out that Meredith and her husband were separated, had an open marriage, had an agreement or whatever, where he was doing him and she was doing her, but Meredith never told Lisa about it. She just fronted and pretended like her family was fine, everything was cool. And again, you can decide to have any type of marriage you want. You can have any type of lifestyle you want. We're not judging your lifestyle. I think where Lisa was hurt was that you're fronting with me and you're lying to me. And then I'm out here windmilling for you against Jen Shah when Jen Shah is saying that, you know, you guys are taking trips to New York and having sex with men. I'm out here calling Jen a liar when it turns out, Meredith, you were the one who was lying in my face all day long. That was really the beginning of the demise of their friendship. And then we see it trickle down, trickle down, trickle down. You know, Meredith is doing damage control. Lisa's kind of icing her out. And then we see this big culmination when Lisa's on the hot mic. And again, Lisa doesn't say anything on the hot mic that has not already been exposed. It's already been exposed that, you know, Meredith Marks' husband lives in a different city every other month. He's jumping from job to job every other month. We already knew that. We already knew that they were renting their house. We already knew that. We already knew that Meredith and probably Sean as well were sleeping with other people while still being married. We already knew that. Nothing that Lisa said was anything that was not already exposed. But yet now Meredith is in her feelings and wants to now team up with Jen Shah, who last season was her arch nemesis, her mortal enemy. If you invite Jen Shah to something, don't invite me to something, right? So you were so pissed at, you know, Meredith was so pissed at Jen Shah because Jen Shah exposed the fact that Meredith was in an open relationship with her husband or separated, whatever you want to call it. She exposed the fact, because Jen Shah was the one that exposed the fact that Meredith was having sex with other men. She said it, she exposed it to Whitney in season 1, not Lisa. Jen Shah, her new best friend, did that. And then Meredith was also so pissed that Jen, regarding the, you know, homophobic, insensitive, tweeting, liking, retweeting situation when it came to her son Brooks, because as we know, Jen and Brooks were beefing because Brooks made inappropriate comments about Jen's Jen's herself, Jen's social media team, whoever you want to believe, then retaliated by engaging in very disparaging, unkind, not okay text message or tweets geared toward Brooks. So Meredith was all up in arms, all about that. She would say she forgave her, but then she didn't want to be around her, blah, 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 all of that drama. To fast forward now, all of a sudden, Meredith and Jen Shah are BFFs. Now, we saw in the previews that they're trying to expose Lisa Barlow. They're saying, oh, there's these documents that saying, Vita Tequila doesn't make any money. Oh, there's been rumors about, her marriage, to John. Oh, people are saying that she did sexual favors in order to get her tequila into places. So she's been doing this and that and that and that. Now, the reason why I think that this is so messed up, and Meredith in her confessional is like, oh, well, if, she wanted to say things about my family, she wanted to say things about my marriage, she wanted to say things about my business last season. So I've heard things too. Again, the core difference is that Lisa never said anything that wasn't already out there. Meredith, what you are doing is very vindictive and it's very calculated, and you are purposefully trying to throw these darts and quote unquote expose Lisa Barlow in this scene with Jen Shah. What you are doing is purposeful. You have intent. You went to law school. You're a lawyer. I think it's called premeditation. You did premeditation. You know exactly what you wanted to say about Lisa, and you wanted to put it out there on her. Do I believe all of this about Lisa? No, I don't. I think that you're really just trying to come for her because she had a moment where she was just tired of your BS and she popped off. Again, I think the two things at the core that is really the difference is, one, Lisa never said anything that wasn't already out there. You are now saying things that you're trying to put out there, that you're trying to bring to the show. Two, Lisa's hot mic moment was when she was pissed off. It's also called, I think in law, a moment of passion or whatever you want to call it. She popped off because she was pissed off. Versus what you're doing, which is you premeditated and you know exactly what you were trying to say. And it was very scripted. It was very fake. It was very phony. And Jen Shah was there with you because Jen Shah needs any type of friend she can get at this moment. Okay. So to me, Meredith, you're dead wrong, all the way wrong, like 100% wrong. Am I saying Lisa Barlow is perfect? No. But what I think that you did, Meredith, is just dead wrong and is disgusting. And it's a lot. It's very, very disgusting. You're also choosing to stand by Jen, even though she's already admitted to defrauding millions and millions and millions of dollars from elderly and vulnerable people through her fraudulent marketing scheme. You are a lawyer. You're an ex-lawyer. You had all this, that, and the third. The only reason why you're standing by Jen is because you know that you don't want her to turn on you and tell even more of your secrets. B, it's alleged that maybe you even knew about it, may have been in on it. I'm not saying that. That's just a rumor going around there. And C, you need another partner in crime to go against Lisa because you're holding a grudge that she called out everything that we already were talking about. It's not a real friendship. It's an alliance. And we see through it. It's BS. Now, we also see that, and of course, Heather Gay is still friends with Jen Shah, but we all knew that, codependent. Heather Gay, of course, she's going to stand by Jen. Who really cares? It's kind of boring to me. What else? Okay, we're also going to see Dana versus Jen Shah. So Dana is like the new friend of, and all the friends of, Dana and the two Angies, they stay a friend of. They don't get an official snowflake. Maybe next season they will, but not this season. But we're going to see Dana really pop off against Jen Shah. We're also going to see Angie. I think her last name is Harrington. I don't like her at all. I think she's very unlikable. I don't like the way she treated Lisa last season. I think she's really fake and phony. She was right up there with Whitney, and she was right up there with Heather Gay trying to take Lisa down. I thought, but she came on the show as Lisa's friend. I don't roll that way. You guys know me. That really leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Allegedly, people are saying that Angie Harrington doesn't even accept her child because her child is trans, and she only used the fact that her child was trans for a storyline and to get on the show last season and to appear to be this way, appear to be inclusive, and appear all of this stuff. Again, this is just alleged rumor. This is just what we heard. I don't know if this is true or not. If it is, it's really, really disgusting that you would behind closed doors disown your child for being trans. But when you get in front of the cameras, pretend like you are this loving, accepting parent just for, big ups on TV and for a storyline. If that is true, that is super disgusting and really gross and very, very grimy. Okay. So that's what they're saying is going on with Angie. And then there's another Angie who they're saying is like a firecracker. She's really great. She's going to pop off and it's going to be good. I don't know a lot about her, so I'm excited to see what happens with her. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. I think that, and Whitney Rose is saying that she misses Mary. Who, by the way, I mean, my opinion, I still think that Mary was doing some fraud, but the criminal charges against her have been dropped. I haven't done a deep dive into what exactly that lawsuit against Mary Cosby was, so I can't speak too much on it. If you guys want me to do a video on it, comment below. I can. But she's saying she misses Mary. I don't think Mary's coming back because Mary is smarter than Jen Shah. She's like, I'm not about to be up on this reality show and have me going away to prison, have me being taken away just to be on a show. I don't think so. So there's that. But I want to know what you guys think. Are you excited for tonight's premiere? Are you going to be watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? Also, be sure to subscribe because I will be reviewing the premiere tomorrow after we do Beverly Hills. And also be sure to like this video and comment below your thoughts. Who are your faves? What do you think about the shifting alliances? Are you excited for this season? And anything else you want to share? So with that, you guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the description box below, and shop the Love Collection. So with that, you guys, I love you. Take care of yourself and each other. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram @Candy Washington. Let's go!